At the other end of the ground, Collingwood have still got question marks, really, don't they? With their forward makeup and who they take into the side. Jaidyn Stephenson, in the last opportunity to go out and perform and put a case forward, he looked like a player that was almost beaten before he'd taken the field. With some of the efforts that we saw, some of the fumbling that we saw, I don't think they can go ahead with him.
I'd stick with him, I'm afraid, Rui.
You'd go with him?
I'd absolutely. I reckon they can beat him on the deck and he's part and parcel of it. I'd back him in, take the punt and run with him. I know this looked horrible. It was horrible. Yeah. But he finished the game with a tiny little bit of confidence.
You'd want to have seen something really significant from a body language and mental viewpoint over the past 2 weeks, because he looked completely shot.
Well, Cal Brown he's the player that was out, I think. Callum Brown. You know what you're going to get. Yeah. I mean, he still gives you ground ball stuff as well. So I'm a bit with Rui on this one. I think it's a little bit of an ask for him to come back and try and find confidence in a big final.
Ultimately, though, if they're going to win, they've got Kennedy and Darling, and they've got Big O, another Big O, Oscar Allen up there, who looks like he could be the wild card. De Goey's out of contract. He's going to get squillions thrown at him. Now's an opportunity to show whether he's a $600,000, a $700,000 or an $800,000 player by getting him across the line and putting on a match-winning performance.
Where was he last week when they got destroyed in the centre bounces by Port Adelaide? And that was really the game was won there. He only attended one centre bounce.
You want him in there more, don't you?
Well, as an impact player, I thought early in the year he played there too much. You know, I love him as a full forward. He's such a power player, but if you're absolutely getting cleaned up in the centre bounce, which is a possibility against Nick down on the weekend, don't we throw him in there as an impact player? He's that lightning bolt, you know, they need.
Well, he's had good form at the last time he was at Optus, best on ground versus the Cats.
The trouble with throwing him in against West Coast, they're a midfield that they know they're getting first hand to it and are so proactive. I think De Goey's more a player that you throw in when it's a bit of a 50-50 ball. I'm not too sure defensively how well he'd go setting up, knowing they're getting on the floor.
So who's going to win, Roo?
I think the Eagles. With those ins, Collingwood's inability to score.
It's the way they go forward for Collingwood. I mean, you go high. This is a conundrum that they want to go high to Cox, but they've got Barrass and McGovern sitting there. That's the issue for them.